No great graphics. I am no editor. My voice is not charismatic. Who cares? I am no radio jockey. Videos are boring? Of course they are, since I am boring. I am a boring trader. All I have is a great bank account and knowledge. Right now, I am ready to share my knowledge. That's it. Welcome to Simple Forex. As you can see, there is a 30-minute charts of Euro USD. So this is a weekly Forex outlook for Euro USD specifically. I would like to comment on few comments that have given me, that have appreciated my effort and told me that because of me they were able to make profit. See, I do not want your credit, neither do I want any kind of a blame, because all I'm doing is sharing my knowledge. And my knowledge is important because I am a real trader. You know why I'm doing this? Because all I see is fake traders giving, YouTube nonsense. Anyways, I'm boring, I know, but most of the traders are boring, dude. Exciting traders are called gamblers, okay? Or adventurers. Anyways, I know you don't have time for this yet, so we'll move on and talk some business. First of all, this is a weekly outlook, so we need to understand news also, okay? Because news works as a trigger always. So Monday is a pretty good day because there is almost no big news that can affect Euro USD. Okay, uh, FOMC member Willis will speak on Monday, but I know him. He is very conservative human being, and he will not give you any kind of a shock or surprise, so you can ignore his speech. Okay, on Tuesday, uh, also a low news day, but at 9 p.m. there is three different newses related to Eurozone, right? Manufacturing PMI, composite PMI, and service PMI. See, these news are not that effective, but still, while you're trading, it is good to keep them in mind, right? At 9 a.m. GMT. Okay. Then again 10 a.m. GMT, trade balance is there, and at 1:30 p.m. there is American news of core retail sales. It's a significant news. At 1:30 p.m. there is non-farm payroll news for November. See, you have to understand there are triggers and then there are big triggers. Non-farm payroll is a big trigger. Some people say, why, how can you explain non-farm payroll? See, I can explain, tell you everything, what is this, what is this, what this is not, but it doesn't matter in trading. Trading and everything that you know is already on charts. And apart from charts, you need to know about the significance of the trigger and the time of the trigger. So I am telling you, NFP has a big significance, and time is, as I told you, 1:30 p.m. Okay. Then there are several other news after this, 45 minutes after this, and 2 hours after this. You can ignore them. The most effective news is NFP, and after that, everything is okay. On Wednesday, there is no news till 10 a.m. On 10 a.m., there is a CPI of Eurozone. That is an important trigger point. Then again, there are no big news on Thursday. At 1:15 p.m., ECB interest rate decision is there. As I told you, there are triggers and then there are triggers. This is a big trigger. You will see either market breaking out of something or falling down from a support. This is very important. And just 15 minutes after this, there is CPI of America. That is also a big trigger. And then 1:30 p.m. Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Index is there. That is also a good trigger. But apart from interest rate decision, if you want to look into something, there is third 1:45 p.m. ECB press conference. Yeah, press conference is going to be boring as always, but it is important. So look into it, okay? On Friday, December 19, let's see. Okay. At 1:30 p.m., there is a core PCE price index month on month. That is also a good enough trigger. Not a great, but theek hai. It's a good enough trigger. Then at 3 p.m., there is a news of home sales data. Okay. That is a significant trigger. And that is going to be the last trigger of the next month. Okay. So we have already talked about all the news items that are going to impact your trading. So let's go and talk about the charts and all that. Okay. Okay. I think I'm going to use this thing that I talked about in Euro USD. I'm going to use it in gold and Bitcoin as well. Gold, I don't know whether I'll do a Bitcoin or not, but I'll use it in gold as well. Okay. That way we'll save a lot of time. Anyways, see, some people might say that as soon as I'm saying that this news item has this PM and that AM, why there is no graphics of it? Because I'm not an editor, dude. And I don't have time for that shit. And if some trader have time for that shit, he's not a trader. Right? Anyways, enough bullshit. Let's go and analyze this thing. This 5-minute chart, we see almost nothing in this chart. We see that there is an uptrend and then there is a consolidation. You know me, I have told you many times, if there is an uptrend and then there is a consolidation, the next trend should be up. Okay, if there is a downtrend and then there is a consolidation, then next step would be down. Okay, let's go to the real chart of 15 minutes. You will see that 15-minute charts has the same story. In 15-minute chart, we don't see any resistance here. Okay, in 15-minute charts, so we need to go to bigger chart. In 30 minutes, we don't see it. In 1 minute, 1 hour, we start to see it. Okay, so 1.7800 is our next resistance level, and it's not that far. It's not that far at all. I rather have this. If we are talking about weekly outlook, then 1.18170 is more probable trigger for me, right? More probable resistance for me. So right now, if somebody put a bullet to my head, or sorry, gun to my head, and if I have to take a trade, I'll say I take a trade with this support level, the immediate low, and with the target of this. Okay, because RSI, see, there is a very good chance. See, RSI does not agree with me. Okay, let's put it here and use this chart. This is a better chart. Okay, again, hourly chart. Okay, RSI doesn't agree with me, and 100-day moving average is also here. So you know what? This chart is telling me a different story. This chart is telling me a story where next step should be down towards downside, and then it will take support from 16940 or somewhere around 1.1700. Okay, it will take support from there, and then it will move towards this point 1.18190. So there are two scenarios. Either you can take a trade right now for this target, okay, with this support 1.6900, this support, or you can wait until it touches here, and then it moves ahead and touches there, right? Go there. That way your risk reward ratio will be minimum and the best risk reward ratio. Now, in the end, you have to understand this is a weekly analysis. Weekly analysis, this whole chart can be mangled, right? On the weekend you can find yourself here, or you can find yourself here. Week is a long time. So in case it somehow crosses this, then the next resistance is this 1.8131. That is not that far from that there, okay? And the ultimate support resistance is 1.18740, 770, 780. Let's see a daily chart. Okay, daily chart tells me a different thing. Okay, it says that, okay, we talked about here, it has no problem if we are going till 1.18 to 1.18200. It has no problem until there. Okay, upside here is okay. But another thing that you have to keep in mind is that there is a ultimate resistance of 1.19269, and on the downside, if you look at it, RSI is almost exhausted. It's on 67 now, 68 now. There is 2 more point to go, 2 or at most 7 point to go. So there can be two different moments during this week. First moment little bit down so that it can reach this 100-day moving average. Okay, and then there is a moment towards upside. But upside moment should not go beyond 1.18173. Okay, it should not go beyond that. And after that, once it reaches here, you will see there is a resistance coming here. At the same time, you will see RSI is exhausting. RSI has already come from 75. So again, you will see this thing, the price moving above. Now you have to, I'll tell you the crossover thing. Okay, see, when this point came 1.16, or this point came when 1.17634, RSI moved to 75. Okay, then again, if it moves ahead, RSI will not go beyond 75. RSI will remain below 75, but the price point will move ahead over than this. This situation is called the crossover thing. Okay, so once that is matched, we can see a downside, and a good downside. That downside can erase all these gains, and you can find yourself somewhere here in, let's say, 1 or 2 months. You understand what do I think about this chart? I think there should be little bit below, downwards movement, and then there should be good enough upwards movement, and then should be ultimate downwards movement. Now understand this, there is a scenario where I am wrong. What is that scenario? See, there have been big trigger like NFP, like interest rate decision. If those things come around this point, then they can throw the price above this. Okay, you mean above this. And if in case it comes above this, then the next resistance level is 1.2250. That means almost 500 pips from here. There is a massive gap. If I am wrong, I am wrong. Okay, but you have to understand, when you will take a downwards trade, you have to take it near here. Okay, so your stop loss should be there. You will get out as soon as it is done. Okay, and your target should be somewhere here. So there is a 1 is to 7 or 1 is to 8 risk reward ratio. Even if you're trying for a buy trade, it should be somewhere here. Here, somewhere here. 1.6940, somewhere near 100-day moving or 100 candlestick moving average, right? Exponential moving average. And your support should be your stop loss should be here. Okay, so this is it. I have tried to tell you all these scenarios and the reasoning behind it. If you have any question, I seriously like your questions. So if you have any question that is a real trading questions, please ask me. Ask me anything. Somebody asked me a very important question, that how you manage your family life with trading. It is very difficult, right? See, thing is that trader has a mindset, trader has a psychology, and if you know most of the time when we are in a good trading mindset, we are in a moment of zen, right? A time zone of a zen, where we are concentrating on trading and everything else in the world doesn't matter. But as soon as somebody say, oh, you have some family duty to do this or do that, then the conflict comes, and then you get out of that zone of zen, and that is a difficult thing. So my suggestion is, if you're doing something family related, you know have a different mobile. Do not have any trading software in that mobile. Get rid of all the positions so that you can enjoy your family, right? So that's how you work. It's very difficult, it's not easy, right? And somebody asked me, can he or she do trading in mobile itself? See, you can do it. Yeah, to be honest, you cannot do it, right? You're not a serious trader then. You have to have at least one laptop, right? Right now, I what do I have? I don't see, I don't have a very vast setup, but I still have three laptops, four screens in two different state of my country, right? Because one is where my wife works, so I stay here. It's a metropolitan city, so I have this seven screen setup here. And then again, when I go home, it's a small town, but again I have a seven screen setup, same setup that I have here. So you don't have to have a seven screen setup, but still you have to have a laptop and an extra screen at least, right? A big screen. Okay. Okay. So this was the weekly outlook for gold. Sorry, for Euro USD. If you think I should, care about everything, anything else like Bitcoin or Go or GBP USD, tell me and I'll do that. Okay. Okay. I think this is it.